Welcome to the Business South Annual Conference 2014. Simon Mewett, CEO of C4L, has been in the technology industry for over 20 years. After initially retiring from the industry, which is something I'm planning to do very shortly, I'm already burnt out as you can see, after the success of selling his last company, which he increased by 400% in size and the employment of the region. Fortunately, the entrepreneurial founder of C4L got Simon back into the business as CEO with this fantastic story. Just over a year into the staff culture and partner network of the co-location, connectivity, cloud and communications company. Oh, that didn't go very well. And has seen 200% growth. It's been a while since I pitched for another business, I won't lie, but I'd love you to join me in welcoming Simon Mewett to the stage.
Right. Okay, so morning. So let's start off by bucking the trend somewhat, shall we? I've noticed that through my time listening to all these academics and all these guys that are totally eloquent, I'm just about to buck that trend. So let me tell you that now. Let me not let you down on that, okay? I left school at juniors, didn't go to secondary, didn't go to uni. It passed me by completely. But what I did learn about, I learned about people. And basically that's what we're here to talk about today. So the word collaboration has been used a lot. I'm going to use working together. So let's start. So what I thought I'd just touch on first of all was what C4L is all about and what our industry is all about. So as you can see, the image on the left-hand side there are 15 billion devices currently on the internet and growing rapidly and ridiculously quickly. And currently 1.5 smartphones or tablets or whatever you want to call it. Sorry, the mic. I'm used to walking around because I don't like to be a target like you. But more interestingly than those two, the third one, which is the fact that over the last year, we've created 90% of the current data on the internet, just in 1 year. So that's all good news for us. What we aim to do as a company is to try and home some of all of that stuff down in Dorset. So, our marketplace. That one's not working. There we go. So as you can see, we simply break our marketplace down into 4 Cs, hence the name C4L. And as you can see, I won't bore you with figures, but you can see that our marketplace is absolutely massive. Okay? And obviously, we target with our business growth, which is aligned to that growth, because there's no point in growing quicker than your market. So we'll be growing a minimum of 60% year on year. So our beliefs. What we truly believe at C4L is that we believe that Dorset is actually the place to do it. We want to forget this London nonsense, okay? What we've done is we've spent £6 million on investing in a brand new network which allows all of us lot to be 3 milliseconds slower than London, which in actual fact is quicker than a blink of an eye. Okay, so we can bring all these businesses down into Dorset using our facilities, yeah, and we can actually make this a success. What are our goals? When I arrived at C4L, we had a partner network. What we've done is we've basically completely redone that, and that is why one of the first things we did was start to work with Sally in Business South, because I hold a lot of value in the word partner, and as you can see there, our current turnover is at 25%, and it's targeted to be double through the partner network. The way to do that is to choose the right partner. We're effectively plumbers of the internet, if you like. We're just simple plumbers. So we'd like everyone else to complement those services, yeah. And interestingly, we now, thanks to Business South, we now work with the likes of AP3. So Rod's now, I would class him as a friend of mine already after 18 months, and that's how we do it. But also our goal is about people, and that's been touched on as well. We currently boast a staff retention of 95%. If our HR manager's here, she'd probably say it's slightly higher than that. We also now have a fantastic accreditation investors in people. We're in the Sunday Times Top 100. But more importantly for me, it's about producing leaders. We talk about academia and things like that, and unfortunately I apologise, that's passed me by. What I'm about is producing leaders, and one of my most proud statistics is that over the years in me being a leader, I've managed to produce about 90 now people that now currently run companies on their own. And I think that's something that we need to really give back, and I'm very keen on speaking to the guys at the uni as to how we try and drive that through, because I'd be very happy for me to give my time to go down there and to try and build that relationship with some of these young guys. And interestingly, Matt, who's our chairman, who's the entrepreneur of this team, because I'm not an entrepreneur, he's now entrepreneur in residence at Bournemouth Uni. So he now works with all the young entrepreneurs down there, and he tries to enhance what they're doing and give them experiences that he's got. I'm sure you've all heard of this, local is focal, but that's what we believe in. And I've got to point out the fact that Matt and I have got fantastic moustaches in that one at the top there. But that's about Movember. We raised money for charity. That's not something we are proud of. But basically, as you can see, we are now involved in a huge amount of sponsorship and partnerships in the local area. And not only does that help C4L, it helps the local area, which is what we're really about. We really want to build on Dorset is the place to be. So obviously, being an ex-footballer, I wasn't particularly good, but anyway, we went straight into Bournemouth. That's the quickest way of getting your name out. We're now involved with the Sevens, the Air Festival. I could go on and on and on. But one of the most important ones for me, I want to walk over there, but I can't, is the Connect with Care. So what we do is we go back all to the primary schools, and we do a speech on how to be safe on the internet, because effectively, not only are we a co-location company, we're an ISP. And I'm really passionate about keeping kids safe. And we've had some fantastic feedback with the primary schools, certainly that I've been to, and I went with the chairman of Bournemouth as well. We took some football players, and of course the kids are very engaged with football, so that really works. I've touched on entrepreneur, which is Matt. We're now involved with the Dorset Growth Hub. We're putting 3 projects together for those guys to create 30 jobs, which means we get some help from the government, because we're just on another big recruitment push. We've got things like our Network Operations Centre needs to go overnight, so we need a huge amount of people for that. I want to mention Silicon South as well. We've been introduced to those guys, and I'm very, very keen on making a really solid partnership with those guys as well. By the way, the reason there's a lot of pictures is I can't read all right. So this really helps me. So just to touch on some of the other partnerships, obviously we're very, very, very in bed, metaphorically, with Sally. And I've invited Mark from Ridgeway, who I met through the football. We'd love to partner with those guys. Ariel are now a partner. Morgan Sindler we've invited today. Rock we take some staff from. And I think the biggest success was AAP3 working with Rod as well. So that's just a feeling of how we collaborate locally and how we really do. It's really making us grow. So one of our really flashy slides is this one. I hasten to add I didn't do any of this, by the way. It's all been produced by our lovely PR and events lady, Jay. Thank you very much for that. There's a famous saying from Bill Gates, and he said, if I had $1 left, I'd spend it on PR. Okay? And I am exactly the same. So as you'll notice, our beautiful chairman is in most of that, which is Matt. He's much younger and much better looking than I am. I bring up the rear look as normal at the bottom. But we are so tuned into PR because, again, it doesn't only help C4L, it really, really helps Dorset and the counties. So we'll push everything we can through PR. What's our future then? I've got no idea. Oh, yes, I have. So I've touched on it before. Our new network, which is we've branded as Cortex, that's currently being installed as we speak. We've got a new cloud platform finished up. I've been told not to sell, so Sally, this isn't selling. Okay? But moreover, now we've now started sponsorship with the British Superbikes, so we're on Shaky Burns. So I'm very experienced in that, done that before, and he's won the first 3 races. What that allows us to do is brand awareness, but also a UK presence, because our network, of course, will be UK eventually, and going international. Once we go international and global, which will be over the next 2 to 3 years, obviously what we do is we will bring all the staff into Bournemouth. Bournemouth will always be the hub of what we do, so you can see how exponentially we're going to grow. So, how do we do it? Oh, that's better. So I think we touched on this before, and we've had some people talking about how we retain staff and all the culture and all this sort of thing. And for me, when I arrived at C4L, it was actually the highest priority, which is to get the culture right. because I hold as much value in a culture of someone that works with us in our team as I do their technical or their academic qualifications. And I treat the same with partners as well. They have to be of the right culture, so I just simply aligned it to the 4 C's, and you will notice the bottom C is collaborative. So every guy that works with us in our teams at C4L has all of those as their culture. And there we are up there, don't we look beautiful? Okay, so I've touched on local talent. This is some of the ways that we boast our 95% retention. We make them dress in red and make them wear silly jackets. No, we don't. What we do is we do a lot for charity. We make sure that we engage with everyone. We always get staff involved. I'm very much a Richard Branson type character. Let's employ people that are better than I am because it makes my job easy. And that's what we have. We have a room full of specialists, basically. And I trust what they do. If they need help, then if they're scraping the barrel, they'll come and ask me. But that's how we do it. That's how we retain our staff. I just thought I'd touch on how, again, a lot of businesses report. There's a lot of reporting goes on in companies. If you don't do something about that, you're just going to continue reporting. So what we do is we enhance it, okay, which enhances our performance. If you plan, do, review, you will be successful. You will run successful companies, and I'm sure that most of you are. And on that note, that's where we are, as you can see. That's where we're going, and the 2015 target will be on or around 25 million, okay? And today, not today, but last week, we've taken the decision to now seek some funding to allow us to grow even quicker. And I've invited a guy down from a funding company, the Clark Group. Justin's joined us today. And we've got a lot of frenzy now about equity investment in C4L. And once again, another big story that once again helps Dorset. It's what we need you guys to do is use this as the vehicle for you to succeed. It's really important. So in conclusion then, I think this absolutely sums it up. I had a call yesterday from a friend of mine who said there's a company thinking of coming to Dorset or Richmond, and it's a very famous TV company. I can't say too much about it, and they want to bring 200 staff down to Dorset. Can they use your infrastructure free for a year? To which I replied, yes. So that's what we need to do. We need to use companies like ours, not just ours, but all of yours as well, yeah, to achieve this for Dorset. Because trust me, we can definitely do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Simon, for that great insight. I'm sure Simon would be happy for anyone who wants to take up his offer of collaborating with C4L to empower the region to go and check with him or Jade.